celebrating American Heart Month. We celebrate American Heart Month because heart disease is one of the leading causes of death in Americans today. And so, February is Heart Month, where we are able to remember and recognize the importance of heart health. American Heart Month was actually established in 1964 by President Lyndon B. Johnson, and it was used as a way to get Americans to participate in heart healthy habits, recognize and become more aware of their own bodies, to try to eliminate the rapid rate of death from heart disease. Millions of Americans have unfortunately lost their life to heart disease. It's very important for us to recognize, to take care of ourselves, to stay on top of our checkups and making sure that we are staying on top of early detection. So I want to talk to you guys about some tips for American Heart Month. Some tips to take care of your own heart health. One is to eat heart healthy foods. Nutrition is vital, and the foods that we put into our body, that is our fuel. And so it's very important to be conscious of cholesterol, sodium, foods that are high in unhealthy fats. You do have healthy fats and you have unhealthy fats. So it's important to know the difference. It's also very important to exercise. And here on the Heart Train, we don't believe in having to go to the gym to exercise. Just move your body, okay? Get yourself moving, whatever it is. It could be going for a walk, going for a bike ride, even just being in your apartment and doing some stretching, or your house, wherever it is that you reside, doing something to make sure that your body is limber, that you're getting your blood flowing. We've also talked about the fact that blood flow, circulation, and good oxygen, deep breathing is all good for good brain health. Okay, making sure that you are alert and focused and ready to take on your week with high energy. So, heart healthy nutrition, making sure that you are aware and conscious of the foods that you are ingesting. Also, making sure that you move and exercise. Move that body. Okay, get yourself going. Guys, another very important thing in terms of recognizing American Heart Month is to familiarize yourselves with heart health. Everything that's involved, okay? Knowing the symptoms of heart disease, knowing what that looks like, knowing what to look out for, going for regular checkups. Now, also, it's important to know that the symptoms of heart disease are going to be different for men versus women. So it's important for us to be aware of that as well, because you're not going to be looking for the same thing. Also, it's important to stay on top of your blood pressure. Monitor your blood pressure, monitor your cholesterol. Make sure that you go for regular checkups. Early detection saves lives. Okay, it's so important for you to stay on top of your health. And I know some of you saying, well, my uncle is like this. My uncle Carlos always says, well, I don't want to go to the doctor because what if they tell me bad news? It's better to find out the inevitable early on so that you can attempt to do something about it, because there's lots of treatment for certain illnesses that if you are able to put them in place early enough, you will save your life. Staying on top of your health, making sure that you pay attention to your blood work levels, getting necessary testing done, just, the preliminary and basic stuff to make sure that you are in good health. Also, conversation. And we talk about this in relation to myofibrillary myopathy as well. Conversation is so important. Have the conversation with your loved ones, your family, your friends, your parents if they're still alive, your siblings. Explain to them how important heart health is. Okay, just by having the conversation, you never know, you could potentially save someone's life just by getting them to the doctor or getting them to get some blood work done, changing their diet. If you have somebody in your life that you know that they are clearly just living a very unhealthy lifestyle, you can talk to them. Family history. Family history is such a large component when looking at our own health. So, if you have had great grandparents, grandparents, if you have a family history of heart disease, stroke, heart attack, any kind of illness related to the heart, then that's something that you want to be on top of, okay? That only means that you have to go for more frequent checkups and stay on top of that to ensure that you yourself are not a victim of the same. Genetics is a very real thing, and so you have to pay attention to family history. Also, if you are someone who is predisposed to any kind of disease or heart defects, you have a heart murmur, you have a hole in your heart, any of the above, if you are smoking, I urge you to please think of stopping. Smoking is one of the leading causes in heart disease. When I first felt ill, it was because my disease attacked my heart muscle first. And so I was in complete heart failure at the age of 6. I collapsed at home. I was rushed to the hospital. And at that time, it was believed that I would not live to see my 7th birthday. I was 6 years old at the time. My medical team, they brought my parents out into the waiting room and they calmly explained to them that it wasn't likely that I would survive. However, my parents refused to accept that, and thankfully I had a life-saving pacemaker that was implanted. They weren't sure if it was going to take, but it did. Since then, I've also had 2 heart transplants, so I've had my heart replaced twice. And so I am one man, 3 hearts because I'm currently on my 3rd heart. I would not be here if it was not for my life saving pacemaker and my 2 miraculous heart transplants. And so, heart health is very important to me. It's the reason that I'm here. It's the reason that so many people that I love are here. And so, I just hope to spread a little bit of awareness and information with all of you, our heart trained passengers, so that you can also maintain your own heart health, but also go out there and help spread a little bit more awareness to help others.